Hop in for this edition of Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey, and we are here today at Cars of Dreams. We're talking 60,000 square feet of sheer automotive delight. You don't want to miss the cars, trains, trucks, and motorcycles all on the way. A very special and rare treat for you today on Passport to the Palm Beaches. We are in Cars of Dreams with John Staluppi, the creator, the mastermind, the visionary who came up with this. I've seen a lot of beautiful cars in gorgeous settings, but this is really unique. This is pretty spectacular. How did you come up with the idea to create this wonderful experience for your automobiles?
Well, this was my era back then, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And this is my actual third collection, and I'm going to do one more collection. Every one of these cars in here, run, drive. I mean, if you look at these cars, they're like off the charts, top shelf. I mean, everything about them. And this is kind of special. This is like our Coney Island theme. And if you see over there, those are real bumper cars. And this was my first Corvette here, 1962 Corvette. And I refound the car, and we bought the car back. When we bought the car new, it was only $3,100. Now you couldn't buy this car for $100,000. But when I made the bumper cars, those are all 62 Corvettes, replicas. So the whole theme is about Coney Island, that's a real Carvel, a real arcade, and all the games and stuff in here. So it's kind of neat.
It is. It's wonderful, and very few people actually get to see this. It is a private car museum, but you do open up for certain charity events and things like that, which is wonderful. Tell us a little about that.
So we'll do a hospice. We do Shop with a Cop, which is for the highway patrol, and then we'll do with the sheriff's department, where we raise money for children.
And you're also a big lover of train sets. You have got a phenomenal train set in there to set up the town. Now, do you physically participate in assembling these? Is that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm involved in everything that goes on in here. It's like my hobby. If I'm having a bad day, I come back here, just so I don't have to deal with business. I come back here, hang out.
You can't not be happy in here.
Oh, yeah. Makes me happy when I walk in here.
Big variety of cars here, John.
Yes.
What are some of your favorites?
Well, naturally, my first Corvette's my favorite. Believe it or not, that 57 DeSoto. Now, this is a crazy story. When I was a kid, my father was going to buy a new car, and it was a DeSoto. And if you bought the new DeSoto, you get a kid's DeSoto that had a little gas engine in it, convertible, gold with the white stripe. And I was pleading with my father, please buy this car. This car's great. Look how nice this car is, because I really wanted the DeSoto I was trying to convince. So he didn't wind up buying the car anyway, but I kept going there every day, and the guy who bought the car didn't want the car. So I said to the people from the DeSoto dealer, well, if I come to work here every day and I clean the cars and I sweep the floors and I do this, and if I do all this work, can I work off to get that car? And I had it. I've got the car. And I probably had the car for about 3 years. And I've been trying to find one again, because I find them every once in a while. To get the Mini DeSoto that's out there now, you got to pay $20,000. Wow. And it's as much as a new car. So I never had the opportunity. But if you look at some of these cars that are in here, that's the real Smokey and the Bandit car. That was Burt Reynolds' car. Burt Reynolds came in here, and he signed that car in here. And then we have the Elvis Presley car here, which he bought for Priscilla Presley, which is that red Cadillac over there. That was Priscilla Presley's car. And it was documented and everything, which was her car. So we have a lot of special cars with a lot of things. So those cars I'm not selling. They will stay with me, and I'll hand them down to my children and my grandchildren, and everything along the line.
You have a cool car shop in the back as well. Is that a functioning mechanics area?
Yes, we work on all the cars, but you got to keep the cars running. I have 3 full-time guys here that work, do a fantastic job.
You keep all of these cars spotless.
Yes.
I mean, they all look like they were cleaned 5 minutes ago. I can't keep my car clean for more than a day or two. This must be quite a job.
Oh yeah.
doing.
Oh, you're not doing that. You could come here and clean the cars.
You don't want me to do it. One of the best auctions anywhere is Barrett-Jackson, and I know you're a huge fan of that auction and have bought and sold many cars there and will continue to do so. One of my favorite stories was about your dog Dillinger.
Yeah.
And so tell us about Dillinger for those people who aren't familiar.
So we used to have a little multi-pool, and when I would be bidding on the car, and if I moved my hand a certain way, he would bark. So when people are bidding, Dillinger would start barking because I'm moving my hand, and all of a sudden the auctioneer would say, and Dillinger bought another car from John Staluppi's collection. And it was incredible, and the dog was known for that, and he would come with every auction. And this year, we're gonna be selling this collection again, and it's here in Palm Beach. You know, normally we go all over the country, Scottsdale, we'll go to Las Vegas, wherever Barrett-Jackson has an auction, Mohegan Sun. So this year is right in my own backyard, and we're gonna be selling this whole collection, but except for about 10 cars. And I'll start another collection.
One of the things I love about Barrett-Jackson is that you actually have a lot of time to inspect the cars and look at the cars before you purchase, and that's not always true. Is that one of the reasons that you like Barrett-Jackson so much?
What we'll do is we'll go ahead of time, we'll look at the cars, and we'll inspect the cars, look underneath the cars, check. You know, you can't really drive the cars, but if the owner is there who'll start it up for you, you could look underneath and you get a good idea how the car is. And I'm pretty familiar with everything here because I could fix anything on these cars myself. So that's a real big factor, so that makes things a lot nicer. So at least you have plenty of time. And we'll usually go like 2-3 days ahead of time on the auction, and Barrett-Jackson does a fantastic job with staging the cars, and we'll look at everything, and you know, they're probably one of the best auctions out there.
Are you an impulse buyer? Do you ever see something you didn't think you would like, and then you go, oh, wait a minute, I have to have that?
You know what the problem is? If I get on a car, and then another guy's bidding on a car, and I'm saying, in my mind, I'm saying, I'm buying that car. If I don't get that car, that guy's gonna pay big money for it. So I'm very impulsive.
You're gonna bid him up.
That's for sure.
Excellent. So what kind of cars are you looking for in your next collection? Do you have an idea?
Probably similar to this. So this collection is mostly convertibles. That's what I like. You know, they say, there's a saying in this business, top goes down, the price goes up, which it does. We have a few hot tops in here. I think the next collection is going to be more resto mods. The reason for that, resto mods, you could drive them, you could use them, you could go out to dinner in the car, they got air conditioning, they got tilt wheel, they got power windows. You know, the old cars are fun, but it's not like a resto mod. So a resto mod is a car that's an old car with all new components in it, from the air conditioning and everything else. So that's what I'm really going to zero in on it this time.
Any unicorns out there that you're still looking for that you haven't found yet that you would love to have in your collection?
There's a few cars and a few things out there that I'm excited about.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much, John, for this tour and allowing us access. I mean, Cars of Dreams, spectacular. This truly is Cars of Dreams. Your eyes do not deceive you. I am sitting in the original Smokey and the Bandit car. It's pretty amazing, I have to admit. Of course, originally driven by the late, great Burt Reynolds, who I happen to know, a wonderful man. He did so much for this community, but his legend and legacy live on right here at Cars of Dreams, the Palm Beaches, and all throughout the world. Stay tuned for more Passport to the Palm Beaches.